Oh, my name's Fox, right? So we're gonna have Fox, and this is Invincible Fight Girl, episode 5, Perfect Strike. They're up to episode 10, which is probably the end of it. Probably, I don't know. I'm gonna try to catch up, but by God, like it's been a minute. I'm like, God dang it, and mostly it's because I did work on Owl Wolf Town for like a few weeks straight, and then also just so much happened, and it was all done in a day. Like, by God. And in any case, that all beside the point. Invincible Fight Girl. God, this show is good. I'm not going to try to show too many clips of it. Well, I'll probably show like this. But like that's probably going to be pretty much it. But because, by God, is this show did I not get hit? And also, but I'll say this right now about the writing. I love the writing so much. Because, again, I hate Craig. I hated Craig a lot. I'll say this right now. He's done very well in this. And it's because it's the same thing with, I mean, he's still a scumbag a little bit, but he also shown that he cares about Andy and, like, this guy. And that it, like, shows kind of how they work as friends. And I really, really like that. Pretty much. And the thing is, like, because today is technically the 5th anniversary of the Owl House. Is it today or tomorrow, actually? It might actually be tomorrow, because I gotta see that real quick. But, okay, so, I believe I think it's the 10th. I don't know, I'd have to check. Well, then again, because of leap years, and it was 4 years ago, it might actually be today. Or yesterday. I'm not entirely sure. Because the whole Unis Honest was like... It was beside the point. Okay, so pretty much to set up... Yeah, okay, so pretty much, again, bring up the reason why I brought the Owl House. The Owl House, there's a scene that is probably my favorite scene in all of the Owl House. It's not a fighting scene. It's the scene where Ida... It's in season 2, episode 1, I believe. Where Ida and them are, like, they're scrounging for food or whatever... And Lilith asked, like, hey, are you going to get apple blood? Which is, Ida's favorite drink. And Ida said, no, we're not getting apple blood. I need to buy Griffin eggs for Luz. She has a sensitive stomach. And all that stuff. I love that shit. Shows how much of a great mother she is. Shows how great of a person she is. I love that. Probably one of my favorite scenes. Craig kind of has that a little bit in this. Because, I can't remember his name. The big guy. He already liked Andy as a friend, and you can already see how that could go. Craig, since the first time we met him, he's been a scammer. He's been trying to screw people over and all this stuff. So, it's cool seeing... So, like, this episode kind of has that more of a moment. Because pretty much to set everything up, Problana, after falling through the roof after quote-unquote fixing it, and being all, like, twisted up like a pretzel. Hold on. Yeah. Like, twisted up like a pretzel because she fell, so they had to call the ambulance. But pretty much, she does agree to train Andy, but she's going to do it she's going to try to get her to quit. And pretty much the idea is she has to perform the perfect strike. Not punching or whatever, it's the perfect strike, which I guess is just, I don't know, always getting a critical hit. But really, what it is, it's the 1-inch punch. Which, if you don't know what the 1-inch punch is, I'm not sure if Bruce Lee invented it, but I do know that, like, he's the one that made it famous, where it's the punch where, you put hand about here, and then just, like just a quick jab, pretty much. But supposedly, which, wouldn't surprise me if it can, and also I've done it a few, like I've said something flying across the room, but I have, used the punch a few times, mostly in sparring, but, supposedly Bruce Lee could do the 1-inch punch to the point where, again, it's this amount of movement, like, pretty much the length of your fingers is the amount of movement you get on the 1-inch punch. And supposedly, by doing that, he could send people shockwave, like, across, like, send, like, people just, like, flying back. Because the whole idea of, especially like martial arts and stuff like that, is, at least they teach you this when you're doing it, is, how the hell did that crack? Don't punch your target, punch through your target. Because the idea is to put, as much force and power as possible. So never try to hit where, like, you hit. Don't try to just hit the hand. Try to hit through it. Like, God. Try to hit through the hand, or try to hit through the thing. That's the whole idea of it. And then the 1-inch punch is pretty much like culmination of like a lot of that. Just like, okay, you only have this much space, but you throw all your force into it, and send a shock. Send someone flying. Yeah, Poblano shows it. I'm really hoping this does not get copyright hit, because God, that was so annoying editing those. But the perfect strike for this one is strike. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So pretty much that happens, and she gives Andy a week to perform 10 of them. Before 10 of them, really 9. Really 9, because she gives her the first one for free. They go, and pretty much each of the 3 then try to decide how they're going to do it. This kid, I can't remember names right now, I'm sorry, but this kid tries to use math and science to figure it out. Craig tries to scam his way through it, to try to hit it with a sledgehammer. Eventually, he tries to get like a master key from not Trader's Alley, but like Scammer's Alley, and then Andy is just trying to punch it, right? Brute force it. Just keep punching that she'll learn it eventually. And I do actually really like how this one kind of goes along with it too, because it's not just Andy coming to the realization, because one, each of them have to figure out that each of their ways is not going to work, but they have to figure out how to work together to get this. And that's also where I'm really liking this thing, and it reminds me of that scene in the outhouse, is because they eventually say, like, they're not doing it really for themselves. These two are not doing it for themselves. They are doing it for Andy. They want Andy to succeed. They want Andy to have her dreams met. And it's really cool, because it's really cool. And then, like, let's see, there's Scammer thing. There's this whole thing with the Scammer Alley, this cockroach. Craig buys a master key to try to use it to open up the punching machine, so he can then manually change it. Where this guy's trying to use, the internet and books to try to figure out it. And eventually he does find, like, videos of all of, like, Poblano's fighting techniques and all this stuff. Poblano's fighting techniques, but apparently you can't download them or you can't take them, because it's not allowed to the public. Also, apparently, Queso Poblana stopped wrestling, like, shortly after the match that Andy saw as a kid. So, and again, there is still the question of why did these two accountants who don't like wrestlers go to this. I guess it could be because Andy wanted to go, but also I do kind of feel like Poblano might actually be related to, like, one of the parents, maybe the dad or the mom or whatever, and that's why they were there, probably to she wanted to kind of reconnect with her kid and, meet her grandkid. But after seeing the fight or whatever, the parents probably said something along the lines of, like, you can't see her, I don't want our kid exposed to this and all this other stuff. And, they still didn't want to be there. And from that on, that's when she stopped actually wrestling. That'd be my guess. I could be wrong. But anyways, he tries to get the videos, doesn't work. Andy tries, punching it harder. And the thing is that, again, I really like about this too, it's not just, man, I can't get this. It's they like that. Like it's not bloody or anything, but holy shit, that is like rough. Like even like yeah, the best thing I can describe it, Deku. When Deku uses All for One and all this stuff, and you see his arm kind of just go like reddish, blackish, or whatever. Like on one hand, like yeah, okay, that's red black, but also at the same point, it never really had like it's like oh man, his hand must be really messed up. Like yeah, but this for some reason looks worse. Maybe, I don't know if you can remember, but it just looks worse in being like her regular skin tone, but you seeing like the bloody like or like the callous splotches and like actually I don't actually blood like dry blood on her hand and like how they line it up. Like it's very much like ugh. Like like it's kind of hard to look at. But Poblano comes in and says, and you know, Andy says like maybe give me a hint, something that will help me think about it. And Poblano just goes, no. Why the hell would I do that? And he goes, I didn't need help when I did it. You have to learn for yourself. With one asshole, but. And mind you, yeah, that is her whole thing right now. She doesn't really actually want to train Andy, but still, asshole. You learn something, you try to pass it on anyway, that's that point. And Andy pretty much keeps forcing herself through it. Eventually, like, saying, like, you know, I have to do it. I can do it. It's a wall I have to break. Everyone kind of comes up empty-handed. This guy doesn't get anything. This guy has the key, but tries it. Buff Corp apparently has this technology where it looks all analog, but it's also still connected with like systems because it deduced that the key was a fake and reset the timer, which made everyone mad. Andy's pushing herself to the limit. See, she can barely see or hear. And eventually the three of them come together and like they say like, you know, we both want what's best for Andy. We both want to help her with her goal. And eventually like they use that together where he goes back to the guy, says like, you scammed me. I want my money back. This guy's like, nope, no refunds. And then this guy says, I got backup. Kamina glasses. I love that. I love that. So it has such classic anime feel. Like, but it's so with the modern, obviously, like, holy shit. I love that so much. You can tell the inspiration in this. But yeah, so, and they use this and goes, look, how about this? You know, you get us what we want and we won't beat the shit out of you. And pretty much he gets him all the tape, the physical tapes of all of Poblano's fights and all that. They show it to Andy, who's thinking about looking for another teacher. They say no, and they actually start, you know, say how they believe in her and all that stuff. Also, Greg apparently bought like LLC for Accountant Girl, copyrights for Accountant Girl, all of this for Accountant Girl. And I'm like, man, it's gonna be really funny when she changes her name. And he's like, son of a bitch. But pretty much they get videotapes. Which, funny enough, I think a lot of them should be like Bruce Lee, The Birth of the Spicy Fist. Yeah. But pretty much they show Poblano's, I guess, actual fights. And they study together. He studies like the different origins, how to do it. Craig kind of really did his part, but he's mostly just there for support. And he's trying to figure out how to do the 1-inch punch. This is cool thing like that. Also, there's a kaiju skeleton in the Roach's like tent thing for whatever reason. And eventually, Andy does actually try it. God, I don't know what it is about the shoes. The shoes are just so good. It's because like the top being red and then the shoes just being blue. I think just the massive breakup of it. It's just really good design. I don't know what it is, and it's just like the color of blue. Because it gives me like Sonic Hedgehog feels and Kingdom Hearts feels. Anyway, yeah, perfect strength. That's the thing. It doesn't go down, but eventually they see like, oh, like the thing does like slightly move. They all get excited. And mind you, doing that, just a 1-inch punch and forcing that entire metal thing just go, that's a lot of force. Like, it's not ridiculous anime shit that Poblano can do, but holy shit, is that ridiculous. And pretty much they're excited, they're all together, and like, it feels more like they're a team, and I really like that. I want to know how if Poblano is actually going to train her. Because I could also kind of feel like she might just say, like, no, I'm not going to do it. And I could see Andy learning from other people and all that stuff, and just with her friends together learning to do it. But I don't know. Let's see how this plays out. But I like this a lot. I like this show a lot. Again, like, this is probably my new running show that it's like its own IP, whatever. Because I love My Adventure of Superman. But this is a brand new show that has no ties to anything previously. So that's why I'm kind of like, yeah. Also, OKKO's hair appears like in like the Scammer's Alley. But yeah. This episode was fun. Let me see. I have notes? Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, KO hair, Poblano quit shortly after the match. Dude is jacked. Yeah. Messed up her hand punching. Andy probably pull up Deku and learn to use legs. No, that didn't happen. But actually probably will throw some legs in at some point. Craig did all this copyright shit. And the cowgirl, she's going to change it later. 1-inch punch, 10 perfect strikes. A bandage on the pepper. Oh yeah, Poblano's all hurt, but she has a bandage on the pepper too. Anyways, I like this show a lot. Definitely going to check out more. Tell me anything in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'm checking videos that I've done. Links are on my face. Subscription buttons are on there somewhere. Check out my videos. Hopefully enjoy this. Go check out Owl Town. Go check out my other videos. And we will. See you later. Yeah, I want to see how this goes. Especially because you see Poblano use that, again, like that energy sword thing. I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe it's just like focusing your entire willpower into it. But I definitely want to see how that's going to play out.